Now this is what I like right here. My name is Mike Hullum. I'm the ministry director for Celebrate Recovery. Humble to speak a little bit. I'm liking today because I'm talking and he's just standing here. I'm just kidding. First thing I wanted to start this thing off with was I asked Rod to speak. And I have never done that in my 10 years of recovery. I have never, ever asked to get on stage or speak anywhere. The reason I did this morning is because my heart wants to thank somebody. And so the first thing I want to do is I would like Tim Pageant and Brandon Lance to stand up right where they're at. Right now. Where they at? Stand up. Baby and arm, whatever. Thank you. That's the reason that I asked to speak right now. Those guys are fat. And what I want to say about that is faithful, available, and teachable. I always repeat the same things. Faithful, available, teachable. These guys stand beside me every Thursday. I don't know what I'd do without them, my personal life. And so I wanted to thank them. I want to thank Jessica Lance, Drew Pye, and Christina Pye for helping out too. And Brandon Sloan is coming in there too. So I just want to call a few names out that have been helping me and give them recognition because that's what it's all about. Another thing that I wanted to mention is Rod Addison. He didn't know this was coming. This has been my mentor for about 14 years. I'm going to try to hold this one together. I personally did not know what walking humbly meant. I did not know what that meant. And so with Rod teaching me how to be humble, Tim teaching me how to be faithful, and Brandon teaching me how to teach, I might make it. I got a lot to say. When I started CR, some of you know, some of you don't. When I started in CR, I was a severe alcoholic. That's what brought me there. I thank God every day for letting me come to the end of myself, because here's what would have happened if I hadn't been an alcoholic. I would have rolled through life with all the other hurts, habits, and hang-ups that I now am working on. See, this is why God laid it on my heart this morning to speak about. We're talking about celebrating, and what I'm celebrating is all the other stuff that I've unloaded. All the other stuff. Alcoholism is gone, been gone. But here's what's going on with me. Here's what I've recovered from. The main two things for me in the last few years have been pride and money. Money wore me out, worrying about where it was coming. How much did I, blah, blah. It wore me out. I couldn't even think about God because of money. I'm relieved. Here's how I relieved myself. I got honest with myself, and I confessed that thing. Here's what I want to talk about this morning. James 5:16. I talk about it all the time. See if this makes sense. This is what God gave me this week. We make cars. When they break, they can't fix themselves. We have to fix them because we made them. Genetics create our tendencies, but they don't determine our destiny. We didn't come from our parents. We came through our parents. We came from God. So God has to be the one to fix us. We can't fix ourselves. So let's go back to James 5:16. Confess to one another, pray for one another, and you will be healed. Now that's the message that I want to let you hear this morning, because Celebrate Recovery ain't about drugs and alcohol. It's not. I don't care what you think. Throw your pride down Throw it down. Y'all might be different than me. Are y'all different than me? I just said we were all children of God. You might be different than me. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to inspire, encourage. I'm laying it out here for y'all from me. Man, have I struggled for the last 10 years. I sat in here, I was already the men's leader in here and struggling with porn. So did I just say that one time? Hey, Woody, I'm struggling, man, and God healed me on up? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I had to tell my wife a couple times. Had to tell Brandon a couple times. Had to tell Tim a couple. Had to tell Rod. I sure didn't want to tell Rod. Man, I'm struggling with that, Rod. But here's the good news. I couldn't heal myself. Rod couldn't heal me. My wife couldn't heal me. But God did. That's eradicated. That's gone. I have now qualified myself to do some other things for God Almighty. If you're looking at that, if you're blowed up in anger every day, you're disqualifying yourself. Period. Period. That's all I can say. I love getting things from folks here and there. My buddy Tim gave me this one this week. Embrace the struggle. Here's what I've done. I feel myself getting better and better every day. Healing on the inside every day by embracing my struggle. By going to my wife this past month and saying, baby, the porch ain't done yet. How long's it going to take? My truck's in the shop. How long's it going to take? Oh, yeah, the people from Celebrate Recovery are smiling now because I've been wearing them out on Thursday night. Because, I mean, that's the truth. Because the material things, you know, my porch didn't come out exactly like I wanted it to. I'm going to tell you what I told the guy. It's all going to burn anyways. That's fine, just like it is. That's what I told him. It's going to burn anyways. I love it. It's not exactly like I wanted it. It's less than. It's going to burn anyways. All I need is my portion from God. That's all I need. The more that I can realize that, and so the more that I embrace my struggle with what I struggle with, I promise you, everybody in here, I promise you that God is healing me. He's the only one that can. And so when I embrace those struggles and confess to one, I'm a little bolder than most. All that states in the Bible is you only got to tell one person. You only got to tell one. But we do it as a family here at Celebrate Recovery on Thursdays. We do it as a family because we are family. But you only have to tell one person. You don't have to be quite as bold as I am. I'm going to tell you what happens. I take the Bible as my book of life, and the truth will set you free. So you can come up to ask me. You can all ask me the same thing. I'm bold with it. I can tell you what I struggle with. I'll put it out there. And here's the reason why I'm so bold. You don't judge me. You can't. Anything I say, you can say whatever you want to. You don't judge me. You can't. I won't let you judge me because you can't. The truth is, only God can. Mm-hmm. I just took everything away from you. You can't judge me. But I can heal myself by confessing to one another. And you pray for me. Please pray for me. Let me give you one quick deal because I love to confess. I love it because I know I'm getting healed. And I'm just about done. Ooh, he's been quiet, ain't he?
That's right. You're good.
Here's what I used to be. You can ask my wife. She said, no, I used to be jacked up, revved up, 75% of the time. So things weren't going my way this past month. Somebody flips me off at Home Depot. The guy rode through. I was welling up. The adrenaline it's still in there. I've prayed for that to go away, and it's still in there after all these years. He parks over in the middle of the parking lot, and he gets out at me looking at me like I'm crazy. Give me the stink eye and stuff, you know? This is the truth. Man, I was so welled up, I said, come on down here, man. Let me talk to you a second. Please come down here. Of course, he didn't, thank goodness, you know, because I thought about it later. You know, I'd be in the jail report or, you know, I talked to a couple of my buddies, and you know, well, they said, you know, there'd probably be 3 pastors, you know, in the parking lot and half your congregation as you're fist fighting or something, you know, but that's just the truth, and so I confess that. When I held that in for about a week, I don't even know if I told my wife, but I was ashamed of that. I called that guy out. That's not being a Christian. I really love that guy. Why he flipped me off, I might have pulled in front of him or something. I don't know what I did. But when I confessed that on Thursday and told a couple more guys, it freed me up. It felt like it got that anger out of me. And I just can't say enough about James 5:16. There's not much else that I want to say. I love everybody in here. And what I really wanted to share was there is freedom from all the stuff that we struggle with daily. And I think sometimes, just plain and simple, pride gets in our way. We don't want other people, here's the reason. We don't want other people to know how much we're really struggling. And if you'll throw that pride down and not worry, what I said a minute ago, don't worry about what somebody else thinks. There's only one that matters. That's God. And he's telling us to confess to one another. Simply put, I'm just a simple guy. I'm not too bright. Rod will tell you that. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me share. Hope to see you in Celebrate Recovery or Divorce Care or wherever. It doesn't matter where you go. Small group, doesn't matter where you go. We were made, here's another thing I like to say. We were all made by God to walk with someone. Maybe a couple of us, 2 or 3, but everybody was made to walk this walk with somebody. We weren't made to walk it without somebody. And I don't know if a lot of you believe that, but we're made to walk beside somebody and embrace the struggle together. Thank y'all for letting me share. I love y'all.